Hello and welcome to my review of the Argos E Plus Mantra e-bike. I purchased this recently for a price of around £300 on discount, but it's readily available from Argos from around £300 to £400. The aim of the video is just to show a brief unboxing of the bike, how it appears when it's unpacked, what comes with the bike, my general impressions of the bike, list some of the pros and cons, and to summarize what I think the bike is worth and whether it's worth purchasing. As you can see, the bike comes in more or less one piece and is well wrapped and protected from scratches and knocks in transit. This is a positive because it means there's minimal assembly and you can be up and running in a very short time. Just a quick overview of the bike itself. It comes only in red, so if that's not your colour, unfortunately there is no other colour that is available from Argos. But potentially from the manufacturer they might have other versions available if you like the design. This bike is primarily made of steel, so it's quite heavy. In fact, I find it very heavy. It's over 21 kilograms, so if you have trouble lifting over a certain weight, then this might be a consideration. In fact, I consider myself quite strong and I struggle to lift this bike. So if you have to take the bike up any kind of stairs or do any kind of lifting at all, then I'd probably recommend not getting this bike if weight is a serious issue for you. I would categorize this bike as a city commuter type bike. So if you want to go off-road or anywhere where the terrain is quite rugged, then the bike is not designed for this, so it's not worth purchasing in this case. The wheel size is 20 inches, which is pretty standard for many small town and commuter bikes that are folding. However, this bike is certainly not a foldable bike, and the length is around about 1.5 meters, so it can take up a lot of room. Regarding the electrical aspect of the bike, the motor is a 250 watt front mounted motor. The battery is a 24 volt, around about 8 amp battery, so these are one of the smallest kinds of batteries you can get out there, but considering the price, we can talk about this a bit later in the video. In summary, with the position of the motor, the wattage of the motor, and the capacity of the battery, this is one of the lower powered, lower end bikes you can get there, but this is reflected in the price, of course. So what do you get with the bike in the box? You get the main bike, you get the tools to construct the bike, you get the manual, the removable battery, and the pedals that need to come and be attached separately onto the bike. As mentioned before, it is very simple to put the bike together and a quite quick process, and you can use the tools that come with the bike. The main steps to construct the bike are to insert the handlebars, to insert the seat post, to attach the pedals, and to insert the battery. So you don't really need the manual for this, as the instructions are quite clear, but the instructions are in the manual, and as I said, it was quite a quick process even if you don't have much experience with bicycle maintenance. The bike has easy to adjust saddle height and handlebar height, so it is very suitable for people of many different heights. So if you're quite small or quite tall, you can easily adjust the cycle to fit your needs. You need to charge the battery when you first use your bike. This can take between 2 to 4 hours depending on how much charge is on the battery itself. You can charge the battery using the charger that comes with the bike with the battery detached, so you don't need to have the bike near the charging point. When the bike is charging, the indicator light on the charger is red, and once charging is complete, this turns green. So it's a very simple notification on when the battery is fully charged. The battery itself has an on-off switch, a charging port, and a button which highlights indicators as to how much charge is left on the battery. More about the bike. So the bike is quite a standard city commuter, as mentioned. There's only a single gear, so there is no gear derailleur, and if you need to go up any inclines, this could be difficulty without the operation of the electric motor. The bike has mudguards, standard padded brakes, a pannier, and pretty much a bell. Not much else in features except the reflectors, which are standard. You will need to purchase some battery operated lights for when you're riding at night. The electric bike motor controller, situated on handlebars, is relatively simple to use. There's an on-off button and there are 3 power assist modes: low, medium and high. The maximum power assist mode will assist the cyclist to go up to 15 miles per hour as per EU and UK speed regulations currently, and after that speed the motor will cut off. Please bear in mind this is a standard pedal assist bike, which means that the motor will only operate when switched on and the cyclist is pedaling. I found the bike relatively comfortable to ride, and on the flat and smooth road it's pretty straightforward, smooth, and the power assist works very well. If you go up a slight incline, you do notice that the motor does assist, so the cycle up the incline feels a lot easier than you would without the power assist. However, anything other than a very slight incline, I would not recommend this bike because there is just not enough torque or power in the motor. In addition, the range on this bike really depends on the weight of the person, the incline, the wind resistance. So it's very difficult to estimate, but this is a low-end battery. So I would say you could potentially, on an average ride, get up to about 10 miles. So who is this bike for? Well, I'd say that if your purpose is to go for short commutes on relatively flat and good conditioned roads of perhaps maybe 5 or 6 miles each way, then this is probably a good bike for yourself. If you're expecting to go on a much longer range, maybe off-road, up steep inclines, or on a bit more rugged path or roads, or you need to lift the bike quite often into cars or up apartment blocks, then potentially I'd say this bike is not for you. What is my overall impression of the bike? Well, for the price point, I think it definitely is a lower end price point and the specs of the bike are lower end. But if that's your only expectation, then yes, it could be quite a good purchase for yourself. I mean, the average cost of many bikes of pedal assist types can range from anything from £800 or £900 into several thousands. So it's difficult to compare this bike with bikes of that end of the market. So if you really want to have your first experience of an e-bike and just do short rides on flat terrain, then this could be a good introduction to the e-biking world for you. I hope you found this video informative. If so, please could you like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll endeavour to produce more content of a similar nature. Please feel free to leave a comment and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck in your adventures in the e-biking world, and take care, and thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.